That's a beautiful baby. I feel pretty healthy today. Well, pretty good. I won't say healthy. I'm trying to do some kind of diet. It's called a carnivore diet or something. And it's where you pretty much just eat meat, and that's fine with me because I love meat. I'm a meat eater. But it's pretty strict, so you cut all the carbs and all that stuff out. Now, when me and my wife got together, I actually ate pretty healthy back then. I'm not for a proud look, going around with a muscle shirt on and trying to show myself. I'm not for that. I used to be when I was younger. Used to be big into that. I had muscles and all that stuff and walked around with it, showing them. Yeah, I was all for it when I was younger. I'm not, but God ain't for it, and I'm not either. Anyways, but I do like the benefits of eating healthy. As I said, around the time me and my wife got together, I was probably 170, 180 pounds. Got up to around 200, stayed around 200 for years, but pretty solid at 200. Felt a lot better. And anyways, I'm gonna try this carnivore diet out, and so far I'm liking it. I'm just eating like eggs and meat. And you want meat that's got some fat in it and stuff, though. You don't want real lean meat because you do need the fat. And then as far as drinking, I'm drinking black coffee, green tea with no sugar added, and water. That's it. So first time in a while I've actually had my mind made up to do that, you know. You can do a lot with a made up mind. You really can. As far as in life and then serving God too, you know, with a made up mind means a whole lot. I heard a man say this before. I really liked what he said. He's a preacher. But he said, talking about how, you know, the devil fights you when you're serving God. But I heard this man say before, he said, you know, you can tell the devil you've got a fight on your hands if you get this, you know. He's got a fight on his hands with a man that's got a made up mind. The devil's got a fight on his hands. I like how he said that. He said you can tell the devil you got a fight on your hands if you get this. A man with a made up mind, or a woman with a made up mind. A little bit of rod in there, it looks like. Pretty good sized tree. It is green, it's alive, but it's too close to our home, so it's coming down. That's why this one and that one and that one and then that one over there have all been cut down because they're too close. But that one right there was really dangerous. Where's it at? There. That one's leaning right towards our home. So that one I cut down about 3 years ago. A big oak right there. It was dead, it had died. But now this one, it's got some dead stuff in the top. So I've got to be careful of that. As you see, there's a dead limb right there, which is where I'll be over here, you know, hitting wedges. So yeah, it's got some dead limbs up in the top. See that? So that's very dangerous. Those are dead from the looks of it. That's all we got out here where we live, pretty much, is oaks. I love that one right there. See how it leans over? I love that tree. Be a great tree to put a swing in for my kids, which they've got quite a few, but that's what these are mainly, is big oaks around here. There's a maple right there, but mainly what we have out here is big oak trees, old ones. Lots of owls in these. That one's just too close to our home right there. It would fall right on it if it fell that way. Not a risk I'm gonna take. This one was leaning towards it, so I was really worried about it, and it had died last winter. So that made me worry even more. And then, as I said, that one died about 2 or 3 years ago, and I dropped it then. That one as well, over there. Let's get to it. I know some people aren't going to like this because this is a living tree, And honestly, I'd like to keep all the trees alive that I can as well. But this one is too close to our home. There's been quite a few actually that when we first moved here that as soon as I seen them, I knew they were a danger, especially one in particular. And a couple of them had died. They were big oaks, bigger than this one. Especially one of them was about twice as big around as this one. And it had died, so it worried me about falling on our home. And so I ended up felling all these trees and sold them for firewood. And that's what this one will be, what'll happen with this one too, you know, in the future. Lord willing, but and something else I do here, I know lots of people don't do it, and I know there's reasons why they don't. You know, you see people use plastic felling wedges, and I agree with that. I agree with the plastic felling wedge. I think there's reasons they do it. I'm not real big into logging or anything like that. I've felled quite a few trees with saws, but usually when I get my wood, it's already down. But I've used axe heads a few different times to drop oaks here. That's how I dropped the other ones here as well. And just kind of wedge them over, give them a little bit of a lift. But I'm not saying I recommend that to anyone else. And I'm sure there's a reason why they use the plastic ones. I think the plastic just stick better, you know. There's probably a chance that the metal one could maybe pop out. I'm not positive, but I don't even own a plastic one. So that's why you see me using the metal axe head. And this one seemed to be leaning a little bit in the direction that I wanted, but I did have to bang the axe head in a little bit in order to get to go. My wife and kids were far to the front of our yard here because I didn't want to take any risk in case this tree went the wrong way. It would land right on our home. So. It's a big tree. It's big, ain't it? Big oak. Yeah, it's green. Tree was alive, but it's too close to our home. Crush it if it fell on. I had to, wedge that in order to get it to go this way, so it kind of was just more standing straight up. Next video will be bucking this big thing and splitting it. It's gonna be a lot of wood. Here's a good down the middle right there at the bottom.
Yep, he got it good.
It actually worked out really good. That's where I wanted it to go. I knew it would brush that tree up there a little bit, but I didn't think it would do too much. And as you can see, the top kind of just, I don't even know if it damaged that one at all. That's a big tree. It's a lot of wood. And as I said, I know some people won't like that. That is a live tree. I hate cutting down a big oak tree like that. But like that one there, that's far enough to where it wouldn't hit our home. That one there would, that one would. And that one wasn't leaning as much this way as I thought it was, because as you can see, I kind of had to hit those axe heads in there. And I know I didn't have wedges like the plastic ones. I'm not a logger. I don't hardly ever fell trees really. I have done quite a few when I needed to. But I've always been able to do it usually without wedge or just using an axe head or maul head like that. Usually the axe head better because the maul head kind of too thick. But anyways, got that down safely. There'll be a lot of wood out of that, and next video, or maybe even this video, I'll buck that up and then split it.
I think you might.
All right, I decided to add a little bit of bucking with this, but I ended up speeding it up because it was a little bit of footage. And I don't want to make my videos too long. Sometimes my videos are 30. Like that short I did today. I did this video here actually before the short. The wood that I split on the short was this wood right here, this tree right here. But it ended up being over 40 minutes long. I think 45 or so. And I didn't even realize it while I was doing the short. The time just seems to go by quick when you're doing shorts. Because I was talking to some of you all on there, you know, and then hand splitting wood and stuff. And the time just, it kind of surprised me how quick it went by, really. I mean, I could see how an hour or two would go by pretty quick doing one of those lives. Was I calling it a short the whole time? Maybe I was. I'm not used to lives, but what I meant was the live that I did earlier, how quick the time went by on it. And I really enjoyed talking to some of you all on there. Some of you all that I'd been, you know, talking with from pretty much since I started our YouTube channel. And I know I ended up putting a lot more videos than I intended to. I don't know if you've seen the one video, but I mentioned it might have been, it's probably going to be my last is what I said, I believe. And that's what I was thinking at the time, because on the 18th was when I was supposed to start the process for this new job, and I did. But it's just a kind of a big process. I'll be going out of state too as well when I do this job. You may be able to guess what it is. It's nothing fancy or anything like that. It's just a good paying job, you know. And as I said, like the lawn care, I quit with that. And so for me, landscaping, it just wasn't steady enough. You know, it was when I had the lawn care and landscaping, but a residential lawn care is something I knew I didn't want to do my whole life. So what I'm getting into, as I said, it'll not only will it be a real good paying job from the beginning, but it'll open up other roads as well. So I'm pretty excited about it. There's certain things about it I don't like as well, but I'll kind of get into that later. Because I do plan to take this with me when I go, which should be, I'm hoping, within the next couple weeks. But yeah, I'll be out of state, so Bluegrass Outdoors will be going maybe to Wisconsin, from what the people I've talked to have said. So, but it was really good talking to a lot of you all on there today. Daniel Atkins was the first one to comment, and I talked to Buck, Michael White, Old Timer. Who else was in it? I don't want to forget anybody, but this time is running out on here, and I've got sometimes a bad memory. I talked to Kenzie from Lantern Creek Farm, which was my cousin's wife. Ryan, Steven, Adrian. Adrian's the other person I was trying to remember. Be safe, everyone, and God bless.